This right here is my school laptop. It's a Dell 3420, 8 gigs of RAM, and it may be running Windows 10, but this laptop is Windows 11 capable, as I can tell from personal experience, and also the Windows key being a Windows 11 key and not a Windows 10 key. And of course, unfortunately, it's an LCD, but school laptops, they're not usually the best in their category, and they are well known for speed, but what she is, it's really great. And this is her mother. Sorry, the wire's kind of getting in the way. This is it. This is a Dell. This is a Dell Latitude 3350, which out of the box comes with 4 gigs of RAM, Windows 10, and a much more outdated CPU. So let's just jump in this video and talk about what we have today. So to start off, I want to quick talk about everything and kind of show you what I have. Now you may notice how it's 4x3. Yes, there is 16:9, as you could tell, and they're both LCD screens, which makes sense because LCDs have basically hold their freaking spot in the freaking light when it comes. LCDs have had their opportunity to shine since the freaking 90s. It's been 30 years, and just let's say something's gonna change, even with technology like OLED, which OLED is actually showing not that old compared to LCDs, and plasmas are just as old, with plasmas coming first by a few years. Now let's talk about what we have. Now there's a reason why I said out of the box, because one, the battery in here is freaking broken, and two, I actually modded it. I actually modified it. So there was originally a 4 gigabyte stick of RAM in here, but I had a laptop with 8 gigabytes of RAM. It had a single 8 gig stick, and since both of the laptops were made around the same time, I was able to put them both in. Now, yes, I did try to, and there were 2 slots. So, and yes, I did try to put the 4 gig into there as well. But the problem was that it wasn't working right. But if it happened successfully, I would have been able to have a laptop with 12 gigabytes of RAM. Just a reminder, everything here, but in this entire place, besides my Xbox Series X, has less RAM than that. Granted, it would be DDR3 speeds, not that fast compared to modern DDR4 or 5. I would say there's probably at least DDR4 or 5 in here. And the Xbox Series X probably has DDR5, for all I know. No, but I know DDR5 is kind of new as well, so possibly not, since Xbox released in like 2020. But I don't know I don't know if it's really that new. But I would, of course, we are gonna attempt to game on it, and also attempt to also shove in the 4 gigabyte stick once I grab my bag of stuff from this old laptop right here in a bit. So this is our bag of goodies, filled with all sorts of stuff from my old laptop. Which is the 4 gig. Here's the 4 gigabyte stick of RAM, and there's the hard drive to my old to the gray one he found, and there's a disk drive and a bunch of screws from it. And yes, they are separated in their own bag. Don't freaking worry, they ain't gonna get mixed up with everything else. Now we have a 4 GB stick. Put it in the toilet. I'm sorry, I didn't have anywhere else to record. Every other room has at least one person in it. And I'm just not trying to record anyone. Shut down and wait for it to shut down. Shut down, it will. Get our goofy feed GUI and our screwdriver. Don't ask what the goofy GUI is for, you'll find out. And well, it's shut down, so it'd be fine to just unplug it and get into the back. That's right, we're doing this job on camera. Once we fill the second slot with the 4 GB stick, this thing will be more powerful than anything else in this place besides the Xbox. RAM wise. Wait till I get an ROG LA. Although I have seen it and it's kind of interesting. Come on, double the performance of the Steam Deck. How can I not say no? No, that thing can run. That thing, and it's 1080p. Unlike the Steam Deck, which is 720p. Well, technically it's 800p and a 16:10 aspect ratio. But if you're watching 16:9 if you're using like a Windows, if you're using it as a Windows computer and you're watching content, it's gonna be 720p. Imagine not having the fact that when most people who use Linux don't have 1080p because they're using a Steam Deck. I think the ROG LA is probably gonna be. You know what? I'm pretty sure that's like the only. If anything, it's the double Steam Deck for the people who can pay double, and that's just. And of course, though, I don't know how much storage it's gonna have, but the most expensive Steam Deck can go for $600 and has 512 gigabytes of storage, or like a terabyte. By telling around that. I think it's 512 gigabytes, because I think there's a 64 gigabyte model. I think it's 256 and 512, or it's 64, 128, and 256, somewhere around there. Of course, so I don't know exactly. Knew it can take a while to get inside of a computer. I'll get that last screw once the shell gets taken off. I almost forgot to take out the battery. Take the battery. Don't worry, everything's fine. Don't worry, viewers at home, or wherever the frick you're watching this. And just like that, we got inside. There's the 8 gigabyte stick from the other laptop. Let me just get that last screw and put in some RAM. With only one hand. And yes, yes, viewers, I did grab the goofy gooey. We just to frickin' put screws in, which I probably should have used the lid instead, but I thought it'd be funny. And if I just didn't. It's kind of challenging to put RAM inside of a laptop, especially when the pins are stupid. So, sorry. Aha! And just like that, we think we have 12 gigabytes of RAM. We're just, of course though, rule number Linus Tech Tips rule, Linus Tech Tips 101 of putting a PC together. It's bad luck to put the cover on. Which is why we're gonna boot up without the cover. Because when is Linus Tech Tips ever wrong? When he accidentally gets two words mixed up and else gets cancelled? Okay, never mind. That's not the right word, Linus. You're gonna get cancelled. Hopefully the static isn't too much. Whatever, I don't expect plastic to have that much static. Oh my god! I remember I did this when I added RAM into it with thermal for it. I did that the first time I swapped out the RAM. Oh my god. It's actually booting with 12 gigabytes of RAM. Only thing is, it could possibly crash. So, see you guys once it's done. It is booting up with the total of 12 gigabytes of RAM inside of it. 12. That's more than this laptop. That's more than this laptop ever carried. That's more than even some of the consoles I have. That's more than my Xbox One. This is the same amount of RAM that you could find in an Xbox One X. All in one laptop that looks like this. If you want to boot up that is usually takes a while because it has to get used to a new stick. Yeah. Okay, I'll resume once I'm fully entered, and then we'll try to game on, as you can tell by my keyboard and mouse. You can see the mouse. And here we are with 12 gigabytes of RAM. The swap was successful, and first thing first, of course, one change aspect ratio layer. I did not expect the image to zoom in well, although I will probably change it. But I think we need to start with opening up our frame software. Allow this monstrosity to make modifications to your system. Yes. Cool. L plus ratio, it broke. Yeah, we'll give it at least a second try, and if not, we'll just do it without any fancy counters or anything like that. If it breaks, okay, it doesn't work. Well, we gotta show off the gaming capabilities. So, it's like slightly above 1080p. I don't remember the exact amount, but I can't put it at the bottom. So we're gonna see how well Roblox runs in and then maybe we'll try others. So it's the next day. I just barely woke up, and we're gonna see how well this in games. Roblox might have crashed. I had it loaded since like last night. I was gonna do this at night, but then I fell asleep. Oh yeah. I like to be in Windows. Let's try to go max graphics. We're gonna have a problem. The CPU may. I don't know what kind of graphics this thing's using. Probably using the internal. Probably using the Intel built-in graphics. Settings. Where's the one that brings back the oof sound? Where's the one that increases the graphics? Oh, the graphics are already on their max. I guess Roblox isn't really that hard of a game to play. I can assure you, any laptop can probably play Roblox. I have to tell you something. Roblox is so easy to run that if you have like a Raspberry Pi, you can easily run it. No, it's totally not lagging. Yeah, okay guys, once I'm actually in the experience. So conclusion. It runs like it's like dog dookie. Okay, that's it. Now let me just kill this thing for the very last time because I'm kind of tired of recording of this, and I got some Disney stuff / computer stuff to do. So I'm getting some things from this one. So let's just shut it down for the very last time because I'm probably never gonna use this computer ever again. Although I will. Yeah, I'll see what happens in the future. But for now, that is it for the old laptop.